Everyone feels envy. Everyone. That polished line like, I don't envy anyone. I'm just focused on becoming my best version. I don't compare myself. Come on. That's just a nicer guy to avoid saying the obvious. Envy shows up all the time. That friend who makes in 1 month what you take 3 to earn. The cousin who's always posting fancy dinners while you are grinding just to keep things paid. Or the neighbor who runs every morning at 6 a.m., stays in shape, and still has enough energy to smile in the elevator, while you can barely drag yourself through the day. Envy is like a pebble in your shoe, small but annoying enough to make you limp. The difference is most people would rather pretend they are walking fine. Nietzsche had no patience for that performance. To him, the pretending was the real problem. He didn't want to hear the polite speech about how you don't care about other people's success. He wanted you to say the sentence everyone thinks but almost no one admits. I wish I was in that guy's place. Is it ugly? Maybe. At least it's honest. Now, quick thing. If this kind of direct talk lands for you, leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and make sure you keep seeing videos like this. Back to it. Have you noticed how envy hits in the most random moments? You are having a great night, eating a greasy burger, enjoying yourself, and then you open your phone and see a gym story. Someone showing off a shredded stomach after a workout. That's it. Suddenly the burger isn't as fun. That's how envy works. It's a brutal reminder that maybe you are not living the life you'd like to be living. And the problem isn't feeling envy. The problem is denying it. People spend more time making excuses than facing reality. Oh, I don't even want to make that much money. It must be so stressful. Right, because paying bills on a maxed out card is super relaxing. We lie to other people, and even worse, we lie to ourselves. Nietzsche saw that as a kind of psychological poison. The more you repress envy, the more twisted you get on the inside. Let me tell you a quick situation. Once, a coworker showed up with a brand new car. Nice, fresh off the lot. I did the standard social routine, patted his shoulder, smiled, and said, "Congrats, you deserve it." But in my head, it was a different speech. He doesn't deserve anything. He just got lucky. He probably sucked up to the boss. Honesty was nowhere in sight. Would have been much simpler to admit. I want that car, and I can afford it. But no, I chose the polite version of bitterness. That's when it clicked. It wasn't his car that bothered me. It was the mirror he held up. That's what envy does. It throws in your face everything you would like to be, have, or experience, but haven't managed yet. And then you get two options. The first is to face it, to admit, yeah, I want that. It hurts, but it keeps you grounded. The second option is way more comfortable. You invent a story where that thing doesn't matter at all. Suddenly, success is shallow. Money is dirty. Beauty is empty. There, problem solved. Or at least, it feels like it. Nietzsche had a name for that trick. Resentment. It's not just envy. It's envy dressed up as moral superiority. It's the person who wanted a promotion and didn't get it, and then starts saying, corporate ambition is for sellouts. Translation: they wanted it, couldn't get it, and now they've renamed the defeat as virtue. That's the move. You lose, then you rewrite the story so it looks like a win. It's like someone who couldn't climb the mountain and now announces that the view up there isn't even that good. And let's be real, you've done it too. You see someone traveling overseas while you are bored in work. The line comes out automatically. Those trips are just for Instagram. If someone handed you the ticket right now, you would be packing in 10 minutes. But admitting that takes courage. So resentment steps in, envy disguised as a clever critic. And the worst part is the resentful person starts believing their own lies. They don't just say it out loud, they absorb it. Life turns into a collection of excuses with nice labels. I don't have that because I don't want it. I didn't do that because it doesn't align with me. And every explanation becomes another brick in an invisible prison. Nietzsche hammered this point. For him, turning failure into virtue was one of the biggest psychological tricks humans ever pulled. Picture a soccer team losing 5-0. At the end, the coach goes on TV and says, "For us, humility matters more than winning." It's almost funny, but that same logic shows up everywhere. People who don't have money say wealth corrupts. People who can't keep a relationship say love is a cage. People who never take risks say they are just being wise. It's the same game. You rename the loss. Nietzsche thought that mechanism was impressive and dangerous at the same time, because when enough people do it together, you get a whole culture built on flipped values. A society where not having becomes a badge of honor. And it's still happening today. The guy with no discipline calls it being spontaneous. The person who never tries says they are being cautious. It all sounds nice. But deep down, it's just fear of admitting I didn't pull it off. That's the poison of self-deception. It doesn't ruin you all at once. It wears you down slowly. Today you say you didn't want the job. Tomorrow you didn't want that relationship. Then you claim you never wanted recognition at all. Before you know it, you've built a whole life on "I don't want it," when the real story was "I couldn't get it." Nietzsche preferred the harder route, to say plainly, "I wanted it, and I didn't have it." Simple and brutal. Because once you face the truth, you lose the option of hiding behind pretty stories. What is white is Nietzsche lived with plenty of frustration himself. He watched his former friend Wagner become famous while he lived isolated, sick, and mostly ignored. But he didn't pretend he didn't care. He admitted envy, and that's rare. Most people would rather write a whole internal drama to explain why they never wanted what slipped through their fingers. Nietzsche didn't do that. He wasn't a motivational guy promising victory. He was the person in the corner saying, "Life can be rough. I lost more than once, and I'm still not going to pretend it was my choice." And here's the part that really hits. Courage isn't jumping out of a plane. It isn't posting confident quotes. Real courage is looking inward and admitting, "Yeah, I'm envious. Yeah, I wanted that." Because envy, when admitted, is just a punch in the stomach. But envy, when denied, becomes something worse. It turns into resentment, into cynicism, into a whole life built on excuses. So next time envy shows up, and it will, try doing something different. Instead of writing a comforting story, tell yourself the truth. I want that. That's it. It might not solve everything, but it's the start of something rarer than success. An honest life.